With the Neo 3R, we have set yet another milestone in rope development by realizing the first closed-loop dynamic rope made from recycled climbing rope. Hi, I'm Phil, Head of Product at Edelrid. In our production, we have two types of leftovers. Everything that happens before the braiding and which is still in a yarn shape, we use up to produce our Parrot or Boa Eco 9.8mm rope. But every leftover after the braiding process will be in a shape that makes it impossible to reuse for another rope. In the past, we used these leftovers for backpacks, t-shirts, or simple injection molding products, or we recycled them to granulate for other industries. Until now. Now this is probably the product that marks the most important accomplishment in rope manufacturing in the past 3 to 4 decades, especially when we are talking about sustainable manufacturing. With the Neo 3R 9.8mm, we present the first dynamic rope that closes the loop by being made from recycled pre-consumer climbing rope. Okay, recycled plastic, you might think. This does not sound like a new thing? Well, you are partially right with this. Recycling plastics is not a new thing in general, but the big difference for a climbing rope is this. First, we are talking about really thin polyamide yarns that need to be produced. And second, and most important here, your life depends on this rope. And here I would like to start. You must understand that recycling plastic, and especially polyamide, which is mainly used for dynamic climbing ropes, loses a bit of performance in every recycling cycle. This means that you always end up with an inferior material after recycling plastic. Now, this is totally okay and easy when you make a t-shirt, because you will not die when this t-shirt gets a hole. But this is obviously a totally different story with a climbing rope. So there's this issue to be solved. Next, we are talking about really thin textile yarns here. Since a couple of years, we already offer a few products with injection molded plastic parts that are made from recycled ropes. However, here we are talking about parts that have thicknesses of several millimeters or even centimeters. With yarns for ropes, we are talking about thicknesses of a few micrometers being extruded in a spinneret. The challenge here is that any dirt particle could potentially block an extrusion channel of the spinneret, causing the yarn to break. And if we are talking about recycled material, dirt particles will be an issue. So long story short, in the past 4 years, we took a deep dive into the process of recycling plastics and spinning of yarns, finding and trying to tweak the process to make it work. And finally, on December 5th, 2018, we were able to produce the first rope made from 100% recycled ropes. It was quite a big thing for us, as you can see here, finally making the rope endure 5 standard falls in the lab. It took us only 2 more years to make the process reliable, and here we are. The Neo 3R 9.8mm is a fully rated single dynamic rope. There is no difference in safety or durability compared to a similar rope in this performance class of ropes. However, as we are the first to be able to do this, the process takes quite a lot of extra steps, and so the material is not quite cheap. This is why the Neo 3R is made of 50% recycled and 50% virgin material. It is now up to us climbers to make this count. Reduce, reuse, recycle. The Neo 3R 9.8mm, the first piece of climbing gear for life support, according to the major underlying principle of sustainable action.